Hi guys, it's the 1st of October already. Time for another update about when tourists can return to Thailand. The last times we had a chat, we walked around the streets of Pattaya, so this time I thought we'll have a little look around Terminal 21, in case you maybe haven't seen it. And we'll start at the top, because most people start at the bottom, so we'll do the opposite. Okay? Well, you enjoy looking while I have a chat to you. So the very first thing is that the visa amnesty has been extended until the 31st of October. So if you were worried and you hadn't managed to get everything sorted in time, you now have one more month. So if you're still in Thailand and you're worried about overstay, go and sort it out with immigration now before the end of October. Okay? There are a couple of changes since the last update. I'm sure some of you have heard of the latest thing, which is the special tourist visa, which is where people can apply for a visa, and it would be a 90-day visa, and it would be able to be extended twice to 270 days altogether. If you do want to apply for this visa, then you need to get it through the Tourist Authority of Thailand office in your country, or if there isn't one, then a TAT approved tour agency in your country. There's also a fairly extensive list of requirements in order to get this special tourist visa. One of the main changes is that now you can come to Bangkok, not just Phuket. So the authorities in Phuket weren't terribly happy, it would appear, about everything being arranged and paid for in Bangkok. So they kicked up a fuss, and now tourists will come to both Phuket and Bangkok. I'll just run through the list of documents and requirements you have to give to TAT or the tour agency in order to get this special visa. You have to give them your choice of a government approved quarantine facility hotel where you will spend your 14 days of quarantine, which is mandatory. Okay? They also want to know the name and full details of the accommodation where you will go after you finished your 14 days in their approved hotels. And you have to give proof of 100,000 US dollars of private healthcare insurance that you must carry. Also, you have to give your full flight details, and as there are no scheduled international flights arriving into Thailand at the moment, these will almost certainly be a charter flight arranged by the agency, or a private flight, if you happen to be mega rich. The tour agency will then send all of these documents to the Thai Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Bangkok to be approved, And if you're successful, you'll be issued with a certificate of entry, or a COE as they call it. You'll then be required to go to the Thai embassy in your own country to collect your COE, and you'll need to bring with you documents proving that you have prepaid everything: your accommodation, your quarantine accommodation, your flights, and your accommodation after you finish the quarantine. Everything. You also need to bring with you a fit to fly certificate, which you can get from your own doctor, and also a negative COVID-19 test taken within 72 hours, 3 days before your flight. On arrival in Thailand, you'll have another COVID test, and if this is positive, then you will be sent straight to a hospital at your own expense, and you'll have to pay for treatment at the hospital at your own expense. If it's negative, then you will be taken directly to your hotel or your quarantine facility or quarantine accommodation, and you'll be left there, and everything will be taken care of while you're there because you've prepaid it all anyway. During your quarantine, you'll be expected to undergo 2 more COVID-19 tests, which also will have to be negative. After the 14 days of quarantine is finished, you'll be allowed to go to your pre-booked and prepaid accommodation. After you have downloaded onto your smartphone a new app, which is a tracking app, so they can track your every move all the time, 24/7, so they know where you are all the time. Okay? There's going to be a very limited number of people allowed to enter Thailand during the next few months who go through this process, because there's only 100 people on each charter flight, and there are only 3 flights a week, so that's 1,200 people a month. It's nothing, but it's a start as far as they're concerned. Obviously it's only for the people who are absolutely desperate to get into Thailand for one reason or another. It's not for your normal tourists at all. So it looks like normal tourism will not be resumed at all until well into next year. This next 3 months is going to be an experiment to see how they go on with 1,200 people a month, and if the second wave appears from them or whatever. But it will definitely, 99% sure, there'll be no normal tourism until well into next year, it looks like. This visa amnesty extension, which was a couple of days ago, was extended to the 31st of this month of October. It is possible it may be extended again to the end of November, but I wouldn't take that chance. I'd go down to immigration and get it sorted as soon as you can. If you're here in Thailand and you're here legally and your visa has not expired, then it's very, very advisable to carry a copy of your passport with you, the visa page on your ID page, so that if you stop, because they're going to be stopping people, because they're going to know people are on overstay, so it's advisable to have that. It just needs to be a photograph on your smartphone of the ID page and the actual visa itself. And if you stop by the police or anything, or immigration officials, just show them that on your phone. That will satisfy them. They'll see it and they'll think, okay. So it's a good idea to have that handy on your phone at all times at the moment. So that's it, guys. There's not a great deal of change really from last month, and this special tourist visa is not going to be affecting many people, a very, very tiny amount. So anyway, I'll do it again next month and we'll see how we go on. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, ring the bell, and I shall see you in the next video.